Welcome to today's lesson, forearm swing for tennis. Let's get it going. For materials, of course, you'll need a racket and as many tennis balls as you can muster up. You also need a wall or a fence. Most tennis courts will have fences you can use. Your goal is to be able to hit 7 out of 10 forearm swings from the baseline and get it into the singles area over there. The other goal for today is being able to remember the 3 key points of today's lesson. Number 1, using your entire body to generate power and swing with our rackets. Number 2, not being rigid, not being too tight. And number 3, relaxing our body and letting the racket do the work for us. So for our warm-up, we're going to jog for a few minutes, working on the footwork patterns that we did last lesson. Some of the movements that we worked on the last lesson. The first one is we're crossing over with our foot. Second, crossing underneath. And we're doing that with both feet, so left foot over and right foot under. We also worked on side shuffle, lateral movement. And we also worked on pivoting our foot to turn where we want to go, taking a few steps to get to the position, and then getting into the most important thing is the split jump. So before we do any of these movements, do a split jump. Legs are a little more than shoulder width apart on the balls of our feet, ready to go any direction. So when we jog around for 2 minutes, it'll look kind of like this. Do a split jump, and then we turn, pivot, take a few steps, then you jog a little bit, split step, do another movement, split step. So we'll be jogging around. Before you do any movement, make sure you get the split jump in and then get into the movement. So after you've done your 2 minutes of jogging around, working on our footwork patterns, go ahead and do the dynamic stretches. If you need a reminder of what those are, check out my dynamic stretches video. So the next one, we're just going to bounce the ball on the racket for a minute. So the next one, we're working on getting the ball out in front of us, dropping it, catching it at the peak of its bounce. We want our racket to be a little bit in front of us as we hit it. So every time we drop, catch it, making sure our racket is out in front of us. We want this angle too, straight up and down, because as we get into our swing, we want to hit it right here and up. So we're just going to practice getting it right in front of us and catching it right at this angle. Do 10 reps. Alright, so as we get into our forearm swing, the 3 things that I want you to remember. Number 1, use your entire body to generate power. So more specifically, use your legs, your hips, and torso. 2 and 3 kind of go hand in hand. Number 2, you don't want to be very rigid. You don't want to be really tense and swing your arm. You want to focus more on swinging with your hips and using your legs, so getting down and going up with your legs. Number 3 is to relax. So you don't want to grip it really tight, you want to be kind of loose. Let the kinetic energy from the snapback of the racket go forward and make contact with the ball. To practice number 1, getting our entire body involved, we're going to work on using our hips. So we'll turn, pivot, so this way our right leg is facing out, left leg facing in. We're just going to turn with our hips and let the momentum swing our arms for us. After 10 reps, swinging your hips, involve your legs, get a little bit lower, do the same thing. After you've done 10 with your hips, 10 with your legs and hips, I want you to do 10 more with your guide hand, your non-dominant hand. It's going to go across your body here, not all the way back, but just enough to where we're pointing directly to the right here. And we're going to use this to coil up and get some more energy from our body. So that when we release, we're nice and explosive. And it will help us break our momentum by getting our hand back to our racket when we're done swinging. So by now you should at least have 30 reps in. We're going to do 10 more reps, really focusing on our follow-through. Follow-through is really important in preventing injuries. So what we want is to get our racket around. There are different ways to follow through, so this is not the only way, but I like to get it to where my hand, my non-dominant hand, is on the racket as it finishes around my body. So after we do 10 reps with our follow through, I want you to practice doing 10 more reps, 10 last reps, I promise, of following through and getting into our 3-point stance. So we'll follow through and get into our stance. So to get a feel of what angle you should be hitting the ball with, I want you to try turning your racket upwards and then hit the ball and see what happens. So I'm going to hold it like this so the angle is up. As you can see, the ball goes really high. If I put it low, it goes pretty low to the ground. So you want to get that sweet spot right in the middle. Thank you. So if we hold it right here, it goes right where we want it to go. So I want you to try those 3 different angles and really get a feel for what works and what doesn't. So go ahead, do those 3. So we're doing an upward angle, low angle, and then just the right angle right there, right in the middle. Ooh, that was pretty good. Oh yeah. So if you feel like you're still getting really tight on your grip, I want you to take your index, middle, and thumb fingers, hold the racket, and just swing like this. And you'll feel that natural snap back and explosion of energy that the racket does on its own. So just hold the racket with these 3 fingers, practice taking some swings, and really feel that snap back. So go ahead, do 10 reps. And you can add a nice follow through. So we're going to practice hitting against the wall or the fence, or just get repetitions on the tennis court. Remember the 3 things that we talked about. Use your entire body to produce energy, specifically your legs and your hips. And number 2, we want to have not a rigid, tight grip. We don't want to really flex our arm muscles. We want to produce energy through our body and transfer it to our arm. We don't want our arm to do the work like that. We want our bodies to do the work for us. And number 3, stay loose and relaxed. Don't grip really tight, kind of loose. Let the natural snapback of the tennis racket do the work for you. Hit the ball in front of you. You don't want to to wait till the ball is at the side of you, then you'll lose power. You want to get it in front. You also want to keep this angle straight. Get right here, just bring it up, and then bring it around. You have one cone at the center hash mark and another cone in between the center hash mark and the singles line. Here we're working on a foot pattern, so every time you do a movement in tennis, you're anticipating your opponent hitting towards a certain area. You want to get your hop step in, and then we're going to turn, pivot. So that's 1, 2, 3, get around the cone, swing, let your momentum take you back, crossover, hop step, 1, 2, 3, cross, hop step. We're going to get 10 reps in. Just going to the cone and back is 1. Let's get it going. So first one without the tennis balls, ready, go. Remember, we're staying on the balls of our feet on our hop step. Good, 1, 2, 3, swing, cross, hop step, 1, 2, 3, swing. So now we'll practice 10 reps. Use a partner to set up the ball for you. Nice. After you get your 10 practice reps in, go ahead and record how many you can get out of 10 for real. So the last one we'll do today, since we've been working on stepping into our shot when the ball's in our strike zone right here, we're going to move this cone that's in the center up 2 steps. Do the same thing, except now we're going forward 2, 3, and coming back. So 10 practice reps, and then we'll do 10 recorded reps. Last thing we'll work on before we do our reflection and stretching are speed work drills and muscle endurance drills. The first one, starting on the doubles line, we'll do our hop step to the singles line and back. That's 1. Remember, we're doing short hops on the balls of our feet. We'll get 3 sets of 5, as fast as you can go. 5, take a little breather, like 30 seconds, and then get the next set in. 3 sets of 5. The next one we'll do are ski jumps. So starting on the line here, off 1 foot, land, stick the landing, hold for 2 to 3 seconds, and then back, that's 1. So we'll go across and back 5 times for 3 sets. Next, we'll do lateral shuffles from the singles line on the left side to the singles line on the right side. As fast as you can, 3 sets of 3. Cross and back is 1. So that's 3 sets of 3. We'll do the same thing, except now we're crossing over. Left foot goes in front, coming back, right foot goes in front. So the last exercise we'll do are quick feet. We're going to be on the singles line. We'll start with our left foot forward, right foot, left foot back, right foot back. Get the motion down first, and when you got it, do 3 sets of 10 seconds with the left foot first, followed by the right, left back, right back. After 3 sets of 10 seconds with your left foot first, do 3 sets of 10 seconds with your right foot first. So right, left, right, left. Thank you for joining our lesson on forearm swing for tennis. Quiz time. What are the 3 things that we talked about at the beginning of the lesson?
Keeping full body composure, using your full body, getting low so that you can use your full power.
Nice.
We gotta stay relaxed, make sure that when you're gripping the racket, it's not too tight. Gotta stay relaxed and keep your body flowing.
Perfect. So don't be too rigid, relax your body, be loose.
Don't forget the follow through.
Yep, prevent those injuries. All right, we will end the video with static stretching. Please check out my static stretching video. This is also a great time to reflect on the lesson. What are some things that went well? What are some things you still need to work on? Thank you for joining me. See you next time.